Hello, ISBA members. My name is Preston Clark. I'm the CEO and co-founder here at SimpleDocs. I'm the creator of LawInsider.com. In a previous life, I was a corporate transactional lawyer. Today, we're going to walk through Simple AI. It's our award-winning contract review and redlining and drafting software. I'll also give a brief introduction into SimpleDocs and who we are as an organization. Obviously, when you're selecting a vendor like us, more than just the features and functionality matter. So without further ado, I'm going to share my screen and we will jump right into it. I encourage you to explore SimpleDocs.com for demo resources, for training resources, and other things that will help in your adoption of Simple AI. As you know, as an ISBA member, you do have a 30-day free trial, and we encourage you to take advantage of that. Okay, SimpleDocs, the decision engine for your contracts. We work with law firms, we work with multinational corporations. The partnership with ISBA is very much focused on this simple thesis, which is we want to bring enterprise-grade legal AI software to associations, more favorable pricing, single seat access licenses. But of course, we do have the ability to serve larger corporate teams, larger law firm teams. So as you are exploring our software, if you see a use case that is beyond just single user, we're very happy to support that. The product that we are looking at today and that we have partnered with ISBA on is called Simple AI. It's our award-winning Microsoft Word add-in. We also integrate with an AI repository that can be used as a precedent library, a template library, and of course as a document repository. And then we also do for corporate in-house teams, we do workflow, which allows you to move paper in and without outside the organization. Simple AI is what we're going to look at today. The promise of Simple AI is to cut down 90% of contract review time. And so my goal today is to show you how we do that and what's involved. We have great customer stories that you can find on our website where we have saved massive time, whether it's MSA or cloud service agreements or DPAs, whatever it is that you are challenged with or and are spending a lot of time with. As a corporate lawyer, I can tell you definitively that we're not replacing the work that you do. You still need to keep your hand on the steering wheel, but we are like bringing in an excellent paralegal who can do wonderful contract review for you. So let's jump in now to the product. I am inside Microsoft Word. If you have not yet installed the Word add-in, how you do that is your version of Microsoft should have an add-in. This can, depending on your version, it may be hidden somewhere else, but you want to go to the add-ins, and from here you can install SimpleDocs as I have installed it. And then here we are. You have a Word add-in that can be expanded, contracted. I like to take up about a third of the page with the Word add-in. This is great for third-party agreements that you're receiving that you've never seen before. It's also great for first-party red lines that maybe you're reviewing for your in-house team or on behalf of a client. Where I encourage you to start is to click on General Review. What General Review is designed to do is use benchmarking and best practices to issue spot and propose changes. So I'm going to indicate which party I'm representing. In this case, it's Acme, and I'm going to turn highest quality on. I want it to do a little bit deeper work. And I could indicate other things that I'm concerned about. I'm concerned about warranties or liability or auto renew. But if I leave that off, it's just going to go in and analyze the document on behalf of Acme. So it's going to find risks, issues, things to contemplate. And in this realm, the first thing it's going to do is it's going to give me a written summary of its assessment. I'm not trying to give you another homework assignment to do more reading, but this is a good way to pulse check how good the solution is at identifying risks in the document. But once this analysis is done, what I can then do is go into redline mode, which will now offer proposed changes and markups to the document, which I can then use my legal discretion to accept, modify, or other. So at this point, I can analyze the analysis, but I go to start review, and now it's literally building for me a line by line proposed redline playbook that I can then decide to accept, modify, reject, etc. Keep in mind, this is different from a configured policy or principle-based playbook that you would build for yourself that you would use time and time again in a very consistent way. This is more a just-in-time scenario where we're trying to review a contract, propose changes based on market standard, based on law insider data, et cetera. So here it is. It's identified a number of issues stemming from restricted, excluded data intake limitation to limitations apply broadly and survive contract theories. So we have some areas that may be important to you. I'll go into limitation of liability cap 12 months. I can see that what it's proposing is to move from 36 to 12. I like that approach. I can click, it'll take me to that section of the agreement. I can click apply, and that red line will mark up the document. So the general review is a great starting point. You can also click apply all and just see what it gives you and make a decision on whether or not it's appropriate or that's the right decision in your specific use case. Number two is I encourage you to test out risk review. Risk review is a fast way to prioritize non-standard terms, areas of imbalance in the agreement. So there's some variance here and some. I love doing this as my last stop before I send the contract back to a counterparty. Let me just see if I missed something. Also, really good if the contract is abnormally long or abnormally short, and you know there must be something either missing or included that should not be, but you can't quite find what it is. This is another good check for you. Moving along, we have the ability to build custom playbooks. So to the extent that you do want to consistently apply a set of rules, you can build up a library of these. We have a standard playbook library that's expert developed that you can use as a starting point. In this case, I will pick an MSA playbook. I'm gonna actually go to my favorites. Looks like I have one here. I'm going to go ahead and select it. And what it does now is it applies the principles of my playbook to this agreement. And it's doing it semantically, mind you, right? So it's wonderful at issue spotting, irrespective of how that issue surfaces. So if you have a hard rule against liquidated damages, but the contract doesn't say liquidated damages, but it means it will find it. To illustrate how good we are at this, we have customers across 40 languages. So this tool is being used in Japanese and Arabic and Spanish, where you can prompt it in one language and it will look at an agreement in another language. So it really is looking for intent and meaning, not exact language match. This is not a control F tool. That's the wonderful power of AI. So for each of these rules, I can apply all. Once you have a playbook you like, I recommend applying all. It's a great way to get a jump start and almost get this paralegal first review back. Or you can go issue by issue and decide what to do. For each of these issues, you will have a proposed red line. You will have a custom comment that may come with that, or you can add your own comment. This is a great time saver too. If you justify the same comments over and over again, this might be a good way to save yourself time. You can always modify this. You can change the comment and delete it in the future if it's no longer relevant. Guidance notes are really helpful to the extent that there's a type of issue that you want to draw attention to. So if it's flagged, maybe a junior associate or a paralegal is using the tool, and you want to make sure that, hey, if you see unlimited liability, don't just redline it, escalate it to me or to someone else in the team. So lots of configurability here. You can build a playbook either by a starting point of our standard playbook library. So I could go in here, pick the EULA playbook, edit it, actions. I can duplicate it. I can manage the permissions of this playbook. So lots of configurability here. Or I can start from scratch or upload a document and use it as a starting point. So if you have playbook documentation already, that works here as well. Almost done. Precedent review. This is a pro feature. It's not currently available in the off-the-shelf version that ISBA members have. We're not being greedy. It just requires different access because we're actually storing your precedent library in order to use this tool, but it is wonderfully powerful. Different from a playbook that is principle or rule-based, precedent library allows you to analyze an agreement against what you've done in the past. So it's not making necessarily a red line proposed change. It's saying what is here has been accepted often, infrequently, never. And then, of course, you'll use your legal and business judgment to determine how that influences what you will do going forward. It's going to run for a few more seconds. In this case, it's comparing this MSA, which I have up on the left, against 78 other MSAs that I have in my precedent library. And it's going to give me a score for each of the points of variance. Never accepted, sometimes accepted, commonly accepted, etc. So it's found several issues to draw my attention to, and each of these issues now can be surfaced and dug into deeper, right? So we're trying to give you not just a recommendation or what we call a black box recommendation, but we're trying to give you a deeper analysis. So in this case, it looks like excluded data is sometimes accepted. It's found in 42 documents. I can click on 42. It's going to give me a pop-up where it'll take me to those documents. And then if I really want to go deeper, I can actually go and see the document itself and use AI to further explore that. So this is obviously a deeper set of features and functionality, but precedent is a powerful solution for many of our customers. Okay, we're coming to the end here. We've looked at general review and risk review. You can also draft new language. So if I'm missing a clause and I need, I need a liquidated damages clause with a $50,000 cap. What's happening here that is so powerful and so unique is it's not only looking at the contract, so it's going to get the names right. It's going to refer to Acme Corp. And it will know what is the definition or what are the definitions in the agreement. It's also looking at the prompt. My prompt was very vague, just $50,000 cap on a liquidated damages provision, but it's also running it up against the Law Insider database to make sure A, that the language has not been hallucinated, but B, that it is standard language. So I can again click through, I can see all, and it'll show the public domain of Law Insider clauses like this and the source documents that they're attached to. So this is wonderfully powerful. Once I found the language I want, I can click insert at cursor, and that will carry over. The last thing I'll show you, or the last two things I'll show you, is we do have the ability to just generate work product. So I can say I need an email to counterparty that summarizes my red lines. I know I have typos there. It will forgive the typos. My law professors would not have forgiven those, but the AI will. This is great. And so it's going to generate this now, and I can take it with me. I can modify it further. It can build memos. It can build briefs. So this is another way to generate work product alongside the contract. The last feature I'll share is that we have something called market intelligence that allows you to not just compare against the precedent of your own internal library, but also of the Law Insider library. And this is a good way to identify specific gaps in agreements. I didn't show you compare. You can check that out. The ability to compare the third party MSA against your own MSA. This can be used for version control, but it's most powerful to be used for semantic alignment between two documents, maybe an LOI or a term sheet and a purchase agreement, two things that need to reconcile with each other, but are fundamentally very different documents. So this is easy. You can just click on attachment and it will give you some options here. So that is it. That is your quick tutorial of Simple AI. If you want to schedule time with us, you can go to simpledocs.com and schedule a demo there. Thanks so much for the time today, and we'll see you soon.